I'm Sarah Kolis. Welcome to the Dressing Up podcast, where we talk about all things bridal dresses and general dressing up topics. I love to encourage women to dress up while expressing their personal style with confidence on how to do so. Visit sarahkolis.com to book a bridal alterations fitting, or even inquire about designing the custom couture bridal gown of your dreams. I am so excited to talk to you about this next topic. Let's get started. Hey everybody, we're here today at L'amour Bridal with Hana Abboud, and I'm so happy to be here with you.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hana, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and a little bit about your shop?
Sure.
All right.
So I am the founder and creative director of L'amour Bridal and the founder of my own label, Hana Abboud. We're located in Dearborn, Michigan, and we do all things bride. So bridal gowns, accessories, jewelry, anything you might need except for mothers and bridesmaids.
Yes. All things bride.
Yes.
Bride. Being on the Dressing Up podcast, this is what I always ask my guests, and it is, what is your favorite item in your closet right now? It can be anything, an accessory, a clothing item. Do you have a favorite thing that you're so excited to put on?
You're going to laugh at me.
I'm so excited to hear.
My workout tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes. For comfort.
They're so comfortable.
How did I know? Are they cute?
They're adorable.
Okay. Well,
they're adorable.
That's good.
What people don't know about me is I actually do weightlifting. So I love getting in the gym and actually like letting my stress relief go that way.
Yeah.
A lot of people choose to read or write or whatever. So I'd rather lift weights, and that's just what I enjoy.
Yes, I love it.
I'm not a normal woman.
Are any of us?
No,
any of us anymore?
Business owners, not really.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so your workout tennis shoes.
Yeah, I'm not a girly girl, you guys. It's weird.
You own a bridal shop.
I know, that's why it's weird. It's ironic. I like my favorite thing to wear is t-shirt and jeans and tennis shoes. Like you can't pay me to be in heels and a short dress and like dolled up. I am happy being comfortable and natural.
You know what? I think that's like a thing with a lot of like fashion designers. Like being a designer, you put so much effort into the other people. You're like, by the time you get to yourself, you're like, I'm done for the day. I'm tired. Let's wear like, you know, black and just call it simple and be done. And
if most people saw me outside of my store, they think I'm homeless. So it's fine.
Hana puts all of her energy into her brides. All right. Every ounce of her.
I mean, I'm sure I've ran into people outside in public and they're like, oh my God, that's you. And it's like, oh yeah.
Hana, you look great. You're being critical.
I do.
We are being critical, but I like it. You're funny. It's cute.
Whoever's listening to this, I apologize ahead of time. I'm a little wild.
Oh my God. You won't not giggle and laugh when you're in this store.
100%.
It's so much fun. So much fun. Well, Hana and I have been working. How long have you been in business?
Almost 8 years.
8 years ago we met. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time. I really love her.
Oh, I love you too. Oh my gosh. Yes. Your gowns are, I think, very unique in a lot of ways.
Yep.
And do you want to explain to us kind of like your ideal clients or what brides you like to cater to, or what makes your dresses different than other stores?
So what makes us different is we do custom everything. So if a bride comes in and she loves a dress that, you know, is strapless, but she wants to add sleeves, we could do that. She wants to change her neckline, easily done. That's something I'm able to sketch out and we get it done for you. We also do a lot of higher end brides that want full custom dresses. So they could pick fabrics, pick silhouettes, and I kind of make their dream happen. We have a custom bride, her dress is coming in soon and I'm so obsessed. I cannot wait for her to see it. So it's kind of fun for us too, because we're on the development side of making this dress and designing it. And then we get to wait and see what the bride's reaction is. And it's so exciting for us.
Oh, I love that. I know. It's so magical. Everything in here, I'm sure, just like feels so magical all the time. Yeah. We have like just lots of tears, I'm sure. Happy tears and
a lot of frustrated tears.
Yeah. Yes. A little bit of everything, all the emotions at once.
You guys have to realize, as a business owner and a bridal owner, it's funny because you see the brides that like literally know exactly what they want. And then you have brides that have shopped around so much, they're just over the whole process. So by the time they get to us, it's like, don't worry, I got you. Like, we'll make this happen. Yeah. And usually the tears that happen are just like it's tears of relief. Yeah. It's more than happiness. It's just like relief that the process is over. And a lot of brides don't realize that. Like, there is such a thing as over shopping in bridal. Nobody talks about it.
I couldn't agree more.
And I've actually heard from brides, one recently that said she had like a little bit of dress regret, which isn't abnormal. And it's unfortunate when that happens, but you have to remember how you felt in the dress the moment that you picked it out. But anyway, she was saying that she was so open-minded when she went dress shopping that she didn't do any research ahead of time. She went in, picked something out, loved it, everything's great. And she's like, cool, I got that checked off. And then, you know, on her social media, she kept getting these ads for other wedding dresses. And then she's like, wait, I wish I'd done a little research before I had walked in. Right. So I think that's good to at least know what's out there before you go shopping. And then obviously still be open-minded when you go, but also try to take this seriously and narrow in sooner than later so you don't get decision fatigue and you don't overshop.
I mean, we always tell, I always try to advise brides that once you get engaged, it's so exciting. You just want to jump right into shopping. The best thing you can do is shop the stores in the area that you're in, figure out who has the aesthetic that closely aligns to you, because that's going to be the store you buy your dress at. So if you're just going to stores because your friends went there or your mom or somebody you know went there, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be the store you find your dress at. So do a little bit of research of who's in your area and find the one that closely aligns to you. If a bride does that, that's going to be the ticket to finding it fast and actually finding the one she loves without having to get confused.
Gosh, that is such a good point. And I think that's great when you hire all of your wedding vendors. I mean, you can tell a lot from the bridal shop's Instagram page, the website. Just check those things out before you go so you're very prepared when you show up. All good things.
It's not always about the reviews, you guys. Reviews are great, but it's not always about reviews. Like, we have great reviews, but that's because of how I am as a business owner. I'm not the type of person that's going to pressure you into buying a dress. If you don't find it, that's great. I'm going to lead you in the direction where I know you're going to find it. Yeah. That's great. That's fine.
Right.
That's just how I do business. But a lot of businesses don't do business like that.
Yeah.
So it's tricky reading through the reviews. It's on you to actually do your own research.
Yeah.
So
for sure. Oh, can you tell us about your own label?
Yeah.
Let's hear about that. That's very exciting. And I've been I just love everything you're doing. So tell us about it.
Hana Abboud was something that came about because of COVID, because I was bored. I'm not the type of person that can sit still. And when we were going through COVID, our designers still wanted us to buy dresses, even though we were closed. And they were like, well, if you don't buy it, you're going to lose our contract. I was just like, ooh, okay, you're talking to a business owner. That's fine. So I actually learned how to sketch, and I learned what factories I could work with that make the quality of the dresses I was purchasing, if not better.
Yeah.
And now I'm able to make brides' dreams come true without having to go through a designer, because I am the designer. So I can create any look a bride wants, any type of situation we're in, whether she wants a dress that's fully modest or she wants to walk down the aisle half naked. That's up to her. I will make it happen. That's totally fine. And it's funny because I get both. You know, I've had brides come in and they're like, oh, this isn't see-through enough. And they're like, I want my legs to like really show.
Yeah.
That's great. I got you.
Yeah.
And then I have brides that are like, no, I need a high neck. Like, I don't want an ounce of skin showing. And that's totally fine too. We do that as well.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So it's fun because we get to put a twist on it for every single bride.
Well, you're closer to the source, so you have more control over the whole process.
Yeah. We pick our own fabrics. We pick our own silhouette. We pick train length. We pick the sleeve style. We pick the illusion color. Like, you literally have creative control over your dress. And I'll just be here to tell you whether it's going to look good or not.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I do.
What's timeline looking like on those dresses?
Any bridal gown in the industry right now is taking 6 to 8 months on average. Now, if you do full custom, because I'm a little bit pickier about how the dress looks, I might take an extra month to finish up tweaking it, because I want you to have the perfect dress. So we always tell our brides 10 to 12 months before the wedding is when you need to have it purchased.
Yes.
If you wait a little bit longer, don't be surprised if someone says there's a rush fee involved, and rush fees are not cheap. I cannot emphasize that enough.
Yeah.
Like, they're 10 to 15% of the cost of the dress.
Don't delay.
Don't delay. I mean, one of my factories told me that they could do a rush in a month, but the fee is 50% of the dress.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay almost double the price of a dress because you wanted to wait a few months to lose weight or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Now you could tell brides, hey, we can alter dresses.
We can alter. Yes. Yes. Yes, for sure. I mean, you never want to, oh gosh. And I mean, there's a whole, we could make a whole episode on just changing weight as a bride, which you don't need to do. But if you are, you know, obviously always order a size larger as opposed to smaller, but you don't want to be too big either. So
Yeah.
you want to make sure you can anticipate, and the only person that can anticipate that is you.
100%.
Yeah. The bridal shop owners will try to help guide you, but if you say you're going to lose 20 pounds and you don't, like that's, you know, that's on you.
Yeah.
We need to best predict this so that by the time you get to me, you're not paying an arm and a leg in alterations. So,
I mean, and that's the thing we tell our brides, like, okay, if you're going to lose weight, realistically, what do you think you're going to lose? A size, 2 sizes? If you are, we ordered the size you're at now, just in case you don't lose weight. Because it's cheaper to fix a dress and make it a little smaller than to enlarge it.
Exactly.
A lot of brides don't realize that. Yeah, it's a lot less risky.
Yeah.
So,
however, if you're very sure you might be changing, then it is smarter to go with a smaller size because, again, we can't like change where we lose or gain weight on their body.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you can anticipate that, do that, because then the, you know, the bust curves will be in the right locations and everything will just be better. But but that's something you talk through with experts like Hana.
And Sarah.
Yes. Yes.
We love sending our brides to you. They're always like, oh, can we do this? I'm like, oh yeah, I got you. I have the best seamstress in the world.
Thank you. I like that. I like that.
We always tell our brides, we have one. We don't refer to a stack of seamstresses. We have one. It's her.
Thank you. Well, I love getting your dresses in. Some of them are so heavy.
Yes, they are.
I have such respect for some of these brides wearing these giant dresses and they're sucked in and they're wearing like an undershirt and I mean, they have to be sweating like crazy, like all brides do. I'm going to put that out there. No matter how skimpy your dress is, you're going to be sweating.
That adrenaline really does.
Oh my gosh, 100%. I felt that at my own wedding. But anyway, I mean, they're heavy. They're heavy. Yeah. And they're gorgeous and they're beaded and they're lace and they're all this and that. I mean, of course you have all the styles, but I'm seeing a lot of your dresses that are just big and beautiful. Yeah. And I love it. The bigger, the better.
I think you told me one time that my brides are the brides that don't care if they're comfortable. They just want to look good.
Oh, that is Hana's bride. At L'amour Bridal, we serve a bride in which beauty is pain and we don't care about anything other than the way it looks.
And guys,
and I love that.
I say go comfortable. Be as comfortable as possible. Nope. My brides are like, suck me in and make me look great.
I don't care. I'm like, you have to stand with good posture. If we're gonna, I will stand with good. I mean, sometimes I'm even like, if we go that tight, you won't be able to sit down. They're like, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. I'm like,
yep. That's my bride.
We'll talk through all those things that your alteration's fitting, but I personally love that because it does end up looking incredible. But if you're a comfort type of bride, that's okay too. We'll cater to you as well.
I'm a comfort type of bride. So trust me, I did not want to be sucked and tucked and all that stuff on my wedding day. I was
snatched is the word, Hannah. Snatched.
Is that what we're saying?
That's
nowadays?
What we're saying nowadays. Yeah.
Leave it to me. I make up my own lingo.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it.
But yeah. Being a business owner is fun for sure.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun with it. We make great memories with our brides. It's kind of like one big family. We never really lose touch with all of our brides, especially our custom brides, because we talk so much and they come in so often that it's just like
go through the whole process.
Yeah, we're literally hand walking through this process with them. So it's awesome.
Oh my gosh, so good. What about accessories? You have a lot of accessories.
You have a lot of accessories.
Tell us about that.
So we carry a few designers outside of ourselves that they custom create their pieces. So they're heirloom quality. They're not costume jewelry. And we always say buy pieces that you want to either hand down in your family to your kids or nieces or nephews or whoever, or purchase jewelry that you would rewear after the wedding.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know a lot of people buy their like wedding set and they don't plan on wearing it after, but I always recommend if you're going to spend that kind of money, purchase something you'll wear to special events later, and don't go too dainty because it doesn't show up on camera. So we always say kind of have like a bolder stud if you want to go more studdy.
Yeah.
Or have like at least a longer dangle if you're going to go with the dangled earring, because when you're taking pictures, it's not going to capture the detail unless it's bigger.
You're so right.
So we always say try to avoid going super dainty, even though I know that's like the style and everyone loves it because I love dainty jewelry myself.
Yeah.
But realistically in professional photography, it looks a little bit better. But the other thing that's nice is we can custom create our stuff. So if you see a piece that we have, but you want a different crystal color or a different pearl shade, or you want to switch it up and make it a little bit longer, a little smaller, we have the ability to do that because our designers are based in the States and they custom create by order. So we can sit and have a whole little design consultation with them just to like make sure it's the right fit, it's the right piece, it's the right style for you.
Nice.
So
I've bought a few pieces myself.
yes, you have.
Not even for my wedding. It's just every time I come in here, I have to check it out, see what the latest is.
Yeah. And it's fun because I mean, again, you have a little bit more control over your wedding. You make it more unique to you.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, well, my friend bought her dress at L'Amour and her accessories at L'Amour, and I'm going to have the same exact thing, because I don't honestly think I've sold one dress as is. We've changed something on every single dress I own.
Yeah.
So it's, you're never going to walk out of the store having the same dress as somebody else.
Here's a topic. And I think about this a lot because when I see brides and they're thinking about like, oh, what hairstyle to do? And they're like, oh, I always wear my hair in a ponytail, so I want to wear it in a ponytail on my wedding day. I've been thinking lately that I feel like it's always nice on your wedding day to actually switch things up. What are your thoughts on that? Because the reason I think that is because I want your wedding day to feel so uniquely your wedding day and so uniquely special.
I say it depends.
Yeah.
It really depends. And I always say it depends on your hair.
Okay.
Because like me, I'm more curly, I'm more naturally wavy. So in situations where it's humid outside, my hair immediately loses its shape and it becomes puffy. So if you have that type of hairstyle, I always tell my brides, put your hair up. That way, when the elements hit it, it doesn't lose its style.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody that has naturally straight hair, holds a wave or holds a curl, you have a little bit more flexibility. So you can leave it down, you can do a ponytail, you could do half up, half down. You have a little bit more flexibility, but we always say depends on your hair type.
Now, what about that in terms of dresses? Like, for example, you have a lot of ball gowns in here. I mean, I don't know, in modern day times, I don't know of another time in your life you would wear a ball gown or that you previously wore a ball gown, but now you're considering wearing a ball gown for your wedding day and you're like, well, I don't normally wear that style.
Right.
What do you think of that?
I will say 95% of brides that walk in here buy a ball gown.
Yeah.
And the reason is because of what Sarah said.
Yeah.
That's the only time you're ever going to be able to wear a ball gown. And it's not that you want to feel like a princess, but it is more dramatic. And when you think of your wedding day, you think of drama. Yeah. You think of how am I going to wow everybody and how am I going to feel like, holy cow, like drop dead gorgeous. Yeah. You can wear a fitted
dress. I just got chills with you saying that. But I get chills all the time talking about brides.
True. It's like you can wear a fitted dress any other day of the year, 100%. Any other occasion. When are you ever going to be able to wear a ball gown? And that's literally what 99% of brides come in and do. It's just like, some will try them on and if they don't feel comfortable, it doesn't look right on their body. And that's normal. That's fine. But most brides, they look amazing in a ball gown, whether you're petite, tall, curvy, not curvy. Yeah. It looks good on everyone. Yeah. Especially the curvy brides. True. Don't ever think you can't wear a ball gown. Oh, because you cinch that waist, girl, you're going to look like
you got your hourglass. Yes. Oh, yes.
Listen. Yeah. Our regular size women, they look good in everything, but we do too. So don't ever be afraid to try those on.
And I agree with you. I feel like some people think that the bigger the dress, the bigger you look.
Yeah. Well, no.
I mean, think about a triangle where the bottom of the dress is wider and then your eye just draws you right in at the waist. It does not make you look bigger.
I mean, I'm a size 16, so I'm not a small girl by any means. And I wore a ball gown when I was married and I loved how I looked. I mean, it cinched my waist. The train was so dramatic. I loved my veil. Like when I look, I'm divorced now and I still look at my wedding pictures and I'm like, I love my dress. It's so pretty.
I love that. It was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. Both dresses, because I designed two, because I'm bougie.
We must. As a wedding dress shop owner, 100%. We expect nothing less.
But seriously, like I looked amazing in the trumpet that I designed for myself because of my shape, but I felt even prettier in a ball gown, which is what people would say the opposite. Like, no, you're curvy, so you should look better in a fitted dress. Not necessarily true.
We're like promoting ball gowns right now. And so I'm just going to keep going. Fitting wise, things are a lot easier. You don't have to like work on the hip area. You can eat all you want. And it's like all underneath, like all is great. And then I think it's easier to walk.
Yes.
The dress doesn't like wrinkle up in areas you don't want it to wrinkle up in. So anyway, we're very pro ball gown. I am very biased though, because I also wore a ball gown for my wedding. So there you have it. We love it.
That's what we do.
But Hana does have every style. So of course we've got the mermaids and the softer A-lines and all the styles.
What we've actually been doing is giving brides best of both worlds, because a lot of brides want the ball gown, but they don't want to wear a ball gown to dance in. Okay. So what we've been designing is fitted dresses with a ball gown over skirt. So they walk down the aisle, take their pictures in a ball gown. When they walk into the reception, they just slip that skirt off, and then they have a fitted dress to dance and have fun in. And that's kind of been our thing because we want to give brides what they want. So if you really just want a ball gown for the drama and you don't really want to wear it for the reception, easy. We'll take care of it.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And then with the underneath dress, we can hem it all the way around. You take the overskirt off and you don't even need a bustle.
Correct. And we'll order it without a train.
Okay, cool.
So that way it's just a column.
Yeah. Another unique thing about your store, I want to talk about your options for buying off the rack. And I want to talk about your sale rack in the back. So tell us about the options. If your wedding is coming up very soon, what are the options?
So we have about 125-ish dresses available off the rack. Most of the sizes are size 8 street size to 10. That's what we kind of have in stock right now. You just buy it, take it home the same day. The prices start at $1,000 and they go up to, I think, like $4,500 for the more high-end stuff. But what's nice is you literally don't have to worry about it. If it's a little big, you take it in. If it's too long, you shorten it. Those are the things you do anyway in alterations. And I always say it's not just necessarily for brides that are like looking for a deal or have a short period of time. If it fits and it works, why worry about it coming in? Our dresses are clean, and I will tell you if it's not. If there's damage to it, I tell you ahead of time. But 99% of our dresses are clean, not ruined in any way, shape, or form, not even a thread removed. So that's like the option to save money. That's like my favorite way to have brides save money.
And there's very little risk in doing that. You don't have to worry about timelines. You don't have to worry about, you know, it coming in slightly different in a slightly different size and this and that. And I'll tell you, that's very rare for a bridal shop to offer those options. So I think that's awesome. Like whether you're getting married, you know, a year from now or next month, like Hana's got options for you.
I mean, every bridal store has off the rack, but the extent of our off the rack is a lot bigger than most. And typically when you're shopping at a bridal boutique that has off the rack, typically it's samples that are damaged, discontinued, or they're just not in the best shape. That's a risk when you're shopping that way because not every store takes care of their gowns. These are my babies, so I take care of them, especially because I want brides to love the dress when they buy it. So it's just, that's something that you also have to look out for because, I mean, I know there's plenty of stores in the area that also have off the rack. Just make sure you check the dresses too.
So we were just talking mostly about your like regular stock dresses here, but you also have the clearance in the back, right? So are those further discounted?
So the dresses out here are our special order dresses.
Okay.
So these are the ones that we use to start creating designs off of to get a feel for what you're thinking. The back room is all just severely discounted dresses. Yeah.
So I always like to say those options are great for a bridal shower, rehearsal dinner, bachelorette party. Buy one of these dresses and then have me shorten it. And it could be the most adorable little thing. So
you can have a lot of fun with off the rack, especially if you're thinking about doing a second look, but don't want to spend on a leg. That's a great way to do it.
And you're not buying online. You can try it on before you buy it.
I mean, we've been doing reception dresses, like custom ones, and they're shorter, they're fitted, whatever, but the price that they start at is like $2,500. So it's like buying a whole new dress. So it's cheaper to buy off the rack and kind of make it your own versus ordering one custom designed for you where it's costing anywhere from $25 to $4. Because that's how much they truly do cost. It's still a small wedding dress being made. So they're going to charge the same amount of money.
If you could have like one overall big piece of advice to brides that are about to go wedding dress shopping, what would that be?
Don't take too many people.
Okay. I agree.
Too many opinions is the thing.
Yeah.
Don't skimp out on your wedding dress. If you have a little bit of extra room in your budget, there's 2 things in weddings that matter the most: your dress and photography. Everything else, you can cut a little bit of corners on if you need to. You don't have to do the most elaborate flowers for the whole venue. You don't have to do the highest end bar menu for the whole wedding. People are going to drink one way or another. That's what I always say. So always make sure you're buying the dress you love, even if it's a little bit more than you thought you would spend. That's like the number one thing I can say.
I agree.
And if you love it, buy it. Don't let everyone talk you out of it, because I've been seeing that so much.
I know, that's so sad.
It's sad because what happens is the bride starts to overshop.
Yeah.
And she gets confused, and then she doesn't fall in love with anything
because
else.
everyone wants something different for her.
Yeah.
I actually, and it's so sad, I hear that often in alterations appointments when a bride will mention like, oh, this other dress, like there's always this other dress in their head that so-and-so wouldn't let them buy or swayed them away from it. They're like, oh, that other dress. And I think that's so sad.
So sad. And it breaks my heart when it happens, because it happens a lot, especially because a lot of brides come here first because we're so local to the Middle Eastern community, and that's kind of who we do a lot of our dresses for. So they come here first, and then everyone's like, oh, but this is your first shop and you don't know what's out there and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but you can tell she's in love. The bride's in love. And it breaks my heart. And I don't say anything because it's not my place. It's not my wedding. But I know when a bride loves a dress. I can tell. I know from the body language. I know when she's confused. I know when she's overwhelmed. Like, I'm reading your body language. So when I see that they're truly in love and everyone's like, no, think about it, sleep on it, it's a lot of money, it's this, it's that, you're kind of ruining it for the bride, and it sucks. It sucks.
I think the most fun time to buy your wedding dress is when you have those very special moments. Yeah. It's not as fun when you come back, you do all this other shopping, you come back, you're like, okay, let's buy it. Like, we got to move on. We're a timeline. It's way more fun when you're in the moment and you have your family there and whoever there. Yeah, and I agree. It's way more fun to buy it at that point.
Because then when you do it, you're celebrating, you're taking pictures. Yeah. You know, everyone's kind of excited about it. And it's like, oh my God, now we can plan this and we can plan that. And it's just, there's one big thing off your checklist too. Yeah. It's probably one of the biggest things off your checklist. Yeah.
I wanted to bounce one more thing off of what you said. Other than sale and clearance dresses, I do believe turning these dresses inside out, backwards, upside down, you get what you pay for when it comes to wedding dresses. Yep. So, you know, there is, I mean, I can see a strong difference in quality. So just keep that in mind with your expectations when you're dress shopping. Not that we're trying to, I don't want to encourage you to go over budget, but just consider these things when you're looking around. So yeah. Trying to give you a little bit of insight here.
Absolutely. So. And I will say this, average price point for dresses in America is like $1,500. Average price point for dresses in Michigan's like $25. Oh, really? Because our brides spend a little bit more money. Especially with the communities we have here, ethnic, multicultural communities tend to spend a little bit more money on looks, which is so awesome because then you're buying quality. Like at $1,500, usually you have to add a corset in there to kind of keep everything up and whatnot. So it's a little bit cheaper.
You get other fitting issues.
Exactly. So we try to tell our brides to spend a little bit extra money just to get the fit that they actually want.
Yes.
And the quality they actually want. But like our brides spend average like $4,000 to $6,000 at our store, and that's for custom.
Yeah. Which is really cheap. For the full blown experience.
Yeah. That's pretty cheap for custom.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's great. Cool. Well, is there anything else you want to talk to us about, or
no, other than we love you?
Oh, I love you too. Oh, Hannah, we have too much fun.
We do.
Well, I've had so much fun working with you. I mean, over the years, you've moved locations a couple times, and like we were together from the very beginning. I've just loved watching you grow and learn and like cater to your brides and have all these really high quality, awesome dresses and starting your own line.
You too, my dear.
It's amazing.
Watching you grow over the last 8 years has been so fun.
I think we were little babies when we first met.
How old were you when I first met you?
I don't know. 21 maybe.
Were you that young?
I guess so.
I was 25 when I first met you.
I guess so.
Yeah, I was a baby too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm 34, you guys. I'm getting so old.
Shut up, Hannah. I've heard from many women that the 30s is the best.
They really are. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. They really are your best years.
Okay. I like that.
You know why? It's like when you get to that point in life where you're just like, I know who I am. I don't need anyone's permission to exist anymore. So you just live your life according to you, and it's the best feeling ever.
And you like figured out who you want to be, and 100%. Like now you're that person.
Yeah. And it's great. I love it.
That's so good to hear. Only looking up from here.
100%.
Yeah, I love it.
You guys just keep an eye out for us. You don't know what we're going to do in the next 10 years.
You never
know.
You never know with Hannah. She's always got something going on.
Her too. I don't know what she's talking about.
I guess that's why we get along so well. We keep things interesting.
We do. And if you guys ever have questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to assist in any way I can.
And what's the best way for them to do that?
You can DM me on Instagram. You can call the store, email us. If you want to book appointments, our website, it has our calendar right on there. We do charge for appointments. Don't let that throw you off. And it's just,
that's normal.
It is, but a lot of people still don't realize it.
Okay.
It's
well,
just
let's
to
let
give
them know
you-
that is normal.
Yeah. It's just to give you guys a private appointment where, you know, either I'm working with you or a sales associate is working with you, and, you know, you're kind of getting that personalized experience.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but does that go towards the cost of the dress?
If you buy it at your first appointment, yes.
Okay. So if you're buying a dress, that fee just goes away.
It's not a big fee. It's $30 during the week. It's $60 on the weekend.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
And then if you end up wanting to do a custom dress from the very get-go and you know that's what you want to go, there's $150 to sit down and work with me. It's a 2-hour appointment, and we make sure we go over every single detail for you. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us your Instagram handle and your website.
So website is l'amourbridalmi.com, and our Instagram handle is l'amourbridal_.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Hana.
Thanks for having me. It was
this
fun.
Was so much fun. So reach out to Hana or myself if you have any questions at all. Yep. And thanks for listening.
Of course. Talk soon, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode has allowed you to approach the world with greater confidence in your own personal style. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out through email or inquiry form on the website. I hope you are all ready to go and get dressed up. I look forward to sharing more dressing up tips with you in future episodes. See you there.